Rising cell phone prices continue to weigh on consumer wallets, especially considering the higher cost of living overall. As a result, members of Parliament are meeting to consider the request for a study into cell phone bills as two telecom giants, Rogers and BCE, prepare to increase prices for some of their wireless customers. BCE is the parent company of BNN Bloomberg through its Bell Media division. Well, let's see how this potential study and also those price increases could impact Canadians. We're joined by John Lawford. He's Executive Director and General Counsel of the Public Interest Advocacy Centre. John, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Jacqueline.
So this expectation for the possibility of a study into rising cell phone bills, I wonder what you make of it, what you think could come out of it potentially.
Sure. It's reflecting the increasing concern Canadians have about the pricing of their wireless service and their internet service, but largely their wireless service. And the MPs are picking that up and trying to force it onto the agenda of the industry committee that deals with telecommunications. I think it might have some impact. It certainly focuses the mind of the minister and the CRTC on the issue, and hopefully we can also get the companies to pay attention.
It's interesting because in some of the latest inflation data, I recall seeing that wireless prices had actually come down a bit. So had there been a bit of, competition being sparked in the past couple of months that sort of helped bring those prices down temporarily?
Our group takes issue with the way that StatsCan measures pricing in wireless. They often say that when you get more data bucket for your dollar, your data increases, but you have the same price, that's a price decrease. We don't see it that way, but that's their methodology. So there has been a bit of competitive pressure because Quebecor, which now owns Freedom, thanks to the Rogers Shaw divestiture when they did their merger, has been more aggressive in their pricing than even I expected. And so perhaps that's having some downward pressure and deals will start coming out. But again, for those folks who are off contract who might have got this price increase, that's kind of cold comfort unless they want to switch.
In terms of the potential there with Quebecor and those Freedom mobile assets, the wireless assets, how much potential do you see there for, being a fourth player in this country that could compete more broadly than it might be right now?
Well, that's certainly the hope of, I think, the government, and certainly, we would like to see a fourth player nationally because when that happened in the United States, prices went down quite considerably. In most other markets, that's what happens. It's a big lift for even a well-resourced company like Quebecor to try to cover the country and catch up to the big three and their coverage and their backhaul and all of the assets they have and all the customers they have. But there is a plan that they have, it seems, to try to roll it out. And for those that are lucky enough to be in Videotron's areas, they already covered by Freedom's assets and in areas they plan to go into, it might be a good choice. And certainly, as I said, there have been competitive offers that I've seen, at least from them so far.
Recently, there was some sort of messaging, I guess, from the Innovation, Science and Economic Development Canada department there. CBC wrote a story about how there was a suggestion that people should try changing carriers if they're unhappy with their wireless prices where they were. But when you look at the sort of prices across the board, is there value to trying to hop to another carrier at this point? Is that how you get, a more competitive price if you're willing to sort of make that move?
I think there's a small margin you can pick up as a consumer if you do change, even amongst the big three. Now, you're not getting much of a discount because without a really strong fourth player that's, as I said, being a maverick and offering a heavy discount, if you can't get that in your area, then you're just hopping between the same triangle, 3 points. But it still helps to move because a captured customer that won't move, and the companies know that, and they won't give you as good a deal. The system is set up to try to let you move from carrier to carrier. That's why we have the wireless code, so that after 2 years you can get out of your contract. The CRTC wants people to go shopping around. I think it would be better with 2 or 3 or 4 competitors, and maybe if we get some MVNOs actually set up in Canada, that will happen. But until then, it's going to be still a very marginal choice.
Yeah, and so you're thinking that there's a possibility that it's going to be years until there is more competition in the market, John.
Yeah, we made a prediction when Rogers wanted to buy Shaw that if it went through, even with a piece being broke off for Videotron to try to cobble together a 4th player, we're looking at about a decade of high prices for Canadians. I know that's depressing to people, but unless there's a really big change in policy with foreign entry or a complete change of the way the CRTC regulates mobile virtual network operators, we're probably stuck in this pattern for quite some time until Quebecor or someone else can get a big lift and get some market share. So buckle up.